Hey, UPB here from OptionMillionaires.com. Thanks for joining me. Stocks fell on the jobs report, or lack thereof, and then rallied later on, closing down only about 0.7%. Had a nice little rally there at the end of the day, as some rumors circulated as usual to help the bulls recover some of their losses. But who cares about that? Stock options not about the little rallies in between. Actually, how'd you position yourself for that customary stick save that we see throughout uh, these turbulent times since the financial crisis in 2008, 2009? Look at Apple. Apple, the 605 calls were as low as 16 cents. I believe around here I'll have to pull up a chart of Apple uh, for those 605 strike. Actually, I can do it right now if you're patient. Pull up Apple real quick. Go to options. Very patient of you. Could pull it up and we'll see exactly what happened to Apple had you played it perfectly. Pull up the 605s. And the low was hit at about 230. 16 cents. And they went as high as $3.40. So that was an hour from 16 cents. Pull back a little bit for you so you can see exactly what happened with Apple. Just amazing. Well, you can see the kind of move we had yesterday, right? On Apple, the 605s. They were as low as a nickel. These options were 5 cents. 5 cents on Friday. Went to 10.25 yesterday. Do the math, folks. That's if you buy 10 of them, that's $50 into $10,250. Woo-hoo-hoo! And even this afternoon, pull in a little bit here. Pull it to 1 minute, and we went from 16 cents at about 2:30, right over here. See, 16 cents to a high of $3.35 in an hour and 15 minutes. Gotta love stock options, and that's Apple, widely traded stock. It's not like it's some penny stock. It's Apple, best company in the world, right? Pretty soon it'll be making toilet paper. Let's move on to Netflix. There's a stock. Jimmy Bob alerted. He had the $20 calls. He alerted he was buying them. And Netflix did not disappoint. This is a guy, Jimmy Bob, who was alerting and buying the Netflix $80 calls when Netflix was in the low 70s. This is less than a day away from option expiration, meaning he was buying those calls anticipating a 10% move. And the stock didn't just move 10%, it moved 15%. He needed, when he was buying these options, he needed the stock to move 10% just to be in the money, just to have some intrinsic value. And, gosh, just amazing. Just amazing. The stock ultimately went over $85. Those 20-cent calls he was alerting yesterday morning at 20 cents. That's when he was getting in. That was his purchase price. I believe I was saying last night in the video, last night he actually had an order in to buy 50 of them. He only got filled like 11 of them. 11 would be $220 entry cost, and the ultimate profit at the high would be over almost $6,000. 220 into $6,000. It gets better, folks. It gets better. Had you foreseen this move prior to the 4th of July holiday, you could have gotten into, say, the $75 calls for 2 cents. 2 cents. And if you don't know what how much options cost, etc., a 2-cent option, if you bought 10 contracts, would cost you $20 plus commission. A little over $30, probably, for an average option trader. So that would be a $20 cost and plus commission, and you could have sold them for, and get this, $10.35. So that's $20 into $10,350 on the Netflix $75 calls in 3 days. Just amazing. Just amazing. That's why we trade stock options. Woohoo! But nonetheless, we had some great alerts. Last week, I alerted the Baidu. I was getting into the Baidu on Thursday, the $110 calls. At 37 cents, those closed at a value of $5 on Friday. So it's just been a great couple weeks, and that's going to continue. We have earnings season coming up. Party time! I'm going to have a nice live class on Monday. I postponed it on Thursday because everybody was away, checking out all the hot girls at the beach, taking the week off. That's what everyone does, right? But not us. We were around. I wasn't around later on in the session today, unfortunately. It was a great time to trade stock options. When you're just trading 20, 30 bucks worth, like I was just pointing out with Apple, could have got in the Apple 605s at 16 cents. They went to 3.30, just whoo, perfect. So, and some of you might want me to explain Goldman Sachs because I'm into Goldman Sachs. $100 calls for next week. Goldman Sachs in the morning broke through my support line, but it was brief. And as you know, when the market opens, there's a wide spread and usually pretty volatile. So I said I was going to get out if we broke below 94.75, and we did in the morning, but it was, an aberration. Because look, when we settled out, see how we hit this support line that I drew for you yesterday. We hit it so perfectly, and you can see when in the morning, if your stock's going to gap higher, it's a good idea to get out of your option because you'll have that implied volatility, and everybody will be buying the options thinking the move's going to continue. Just look at Netflix today. It's exactly what happened with Netflix. Netflix rocketed higher, gapped higher out of the open. Those calls, the perfect time to sell them was that gap up. And then, I'll pull up the chart, but let me just finish up Goldman Sachs here. We're still in that channel. See? Beautiful channel. And look, I liken this kind of action here we've seen the last couple days to what we saw here at the low. The first bottom of the double bottom here. Two bottoms here. And that's why I'm in this position. And the last time we were this low, we spiked a good almost $9 here in 2 days. So I'm looking for that similar type move. I don't even care if we get to 100. If we get to $98 on Monday or Tuesday, those $100 calls are going to be worth, gosh, they're 20 cents now. They'll probably be worth about 60 cents, 65 cents. I'll make 50% profit. But ultimately, I think Goldman Sachs is heading back to here and then here. And then we'll go from there. And hopefully that happens next week. So right now, those 20-cent $100 calls would be worth $3.25 if we hit my first target next week, which would make them, gosh, well over 1,000% gain. And that's why we trade stock options. All right, it's UPB here from OptionMillionaires.com. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm going to have a nice update this weekend. As you can see, the jobs report, or lack thereof, drags stocks down. The question is QE. QE's coming. We know it's coming. They've never taken it off the table. They never will. If they do, stocks will just collapse because it's a baby with a pacifier. That pacifier is central bank manipulation. That's what they want to hear. They want to hear more money from the central bank. Wah, wah, stuff that money pacifier in their mouth, and they're quiet. And stocks go higher. And then, they get a little cranky. They fart, spit the pacifier out, and got to put it back in. So, all right, it's UPB here from OptionMillionaires.com. Have yourselves a great weekend. Next week, I could just feel it. Earnings season is coming. We're going to be doing cartwheels, dancing in the street. We're going to be slapping high fives. Going to be a great time. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.